6 months after Heihachi Mishima's death, Jin Kazama, alongside Plus, ambushes Kazuya Mishima in New York City. Jin pursues Kazuya's helicopter on a motorcycle, leaping off a skyscraper to crash it into Times Square. Kazuya survives the impact and confronts Jin, taunting him for causing global chaos and failing to protect his loved ones. As civilians flee, Jin transforms into Devil Jin, but witnessing the collateral damage triggers PTSD of his mother Jun's death at the hands of Ogre. This emotional breakdown causes Jin to lose control of his devil form, allowing Kazuya to overpower him. Victor Chevalier, commander of the UN Raven unit, monitors the battle from a submarine. He delays orders to attack, hoping to avoid civilian casualties. After defeating Jin, Kazuya, now fully transformed into his devil form, addresses the world via satellite broadcast. He condemns humanity as weak and fires a laser from his third eye, destroying global communication satellites. He then announces the 8th King of Iron Fist tournament. Nations must send fighters to compete, with winning countries spared and losers facing annihilation. Jin, severely injured, sinks into a watery abyss within his subconscious. His devil self offers power, but Jin rejects its help, consumed by guilt over the destruction in Manhattan. He hallucinates a memory of his mother, Jun Kazama, who whispers about the Kazama clan's duty to foster life and cleanse evil.
Ancient walls tell of the devil Jin's curse, and Azazel, the demon Kazuya seeks to become a god. But where darkness rises, light will answer.
As Jin sinks deeper into darkness, the scene shifts to ancient cave paintings depicting the Mishima bloodline's cursed history, hinting at the devil Jin's origins.
Jin Kazama, recovering from his defeat in Manhattan, engages in a training match with Lars Alexanderson at the Yggdrasil base. Lars pushes Jin to test his limits, but Jin struggles to land decisive blows. Mid-fight, Lars urges Jin to activate his Devil Jin powers, but Jin fails to transform despite intense effort.
Fight!
observes remotely and confirms via biometric scans that Jin's devil abilities have significantly weakened. Jin flashes back to civilians endangered during his fight with Kazuya, intensifying his guilt. Lee Chaolan confronts Jin and Lars, revealing analytical data. Jin's physical strength and devil transformation capacity are now unreliable due to psychological trauma from the Manhattan incident. Lee warns that Jin is a shadow of his former self, making him vulnerable against Kazuya. Jin trains alone in a simulation room, repeatedly attempting to summon his devil form. After a final failed effort, he collapses from exhaustion. Lars finds him and insists Jin rest, but Jin admits, "I can't protect anyone like this." Arisa Boskonovich briefs Jin on G Corporation's movements and tournament logistics. Jin prepares to leave for the Asia preliminaries in Tokyo. The scene closes with Jin gazing at a satellite map of Kazuya's global influence, haunted by visions of Manhattan's destruction. Jin proposes entering Kazuya's King of Iron Fist tournament to Lars and Lee. He argues that near-death battles might reignite his devil gene, citing the threat of mortality as the trigger. Lee calls it suicidal, while Lars warns of a G Corporation trap. Jin remains resolved. If death is the price to stop him, I'll pay it.
As Kazuya's ultimatum echoes, old allies become pawns. Paul Phoenix and martial law, once brothers in battle, now trade brutal blows. Is it greed, duty, or desperation? Amidst G-Corp's mechanical onslaught, their fists write a new chapter of betrayal. Jin also arrives at the Tokyo Tournament Arena for the Asia preliminaries. In the corridors, he encounters Reina, a self-proclaimed student from Mishima Polytechnical School. Who mentions their shared alma mater. Jin ignores her, deepening her intrigue. Her demeanor is playful yet observant, hinting at hidden motives. Jin faces Reina in the tournament semi-finals. During the fight, Reina utilizes Mishima-style karate, mirroring Heihachi's techniques. Spinning Demon and Electric Wind God Fist. This triggers Jin's PTSD from his battles with Heihachi, causing his devil gene to briefly surge. Reina forfeits immediately after witnessing this reaction, privately noting that the threat of death reactivates his power. Interrupts the tournament bracket, demanding an unscheduled rematch. Their battle reignites Jin's Devil Jin, but unlike previous outbursts, Jin retains control.
재밌어지는데. 넓게와 시나이. 이게 되니. 그거를 알아서. 보자고. 내가 이겼어. 제법이잖아. 하지만 승부는 이제 시작이야. 굿바이. 이런 거 통해. 보자고. 내가 이겼어. 제법이잖아. 하지만 승부는 이제 시작이야. 굿바이. 재밌어지는데. 이건 어떠냐?
Sung acknowledges Jin's growth with the line, "Still, that's just another part of you." The fight ends with Jin victorious but introspective about his evolving power. After the tournament, Reina approaches Jin, proposing an alliance against Kazuya. When Jin questions her Mishima-style fighting, she dismisses it as learned from the internet.
Nina Williams reports to Kazuya at G Corporation HQ. The woman with Azazel seal, Zafina, is in Italy. Kazuya orders Nina to prevent Zafina from leaving, setting up Chapter 4's Rome conflict. Claudio Serafino, Zafina and Ling Xiaoyu observe the tournament from the Coliseum stands. Zafina reveals to Claudio that Kazuya seeks Azazel's power, the ancient demon whose spirit is sealed in her left arm. She explains that Jin's past war against Kazuya was an attempt to lure and destroy Azazel, but Kazuya's growing avarice has strengthened the demon. Xiaoyu insists on helping Jin, unaware they are being monitored by G Corporation agents. Leo Cleason and their father Nicholas arrive at Yggdrasil's base.
Immer noch nicht. Oh ja! check him out. 彼はもう昔のジンではない。詳しくはイタリアへ向かう途中で説明しよう。
Nicholas reveals research linking the devil gene to Azazel's ancient servants, explaining Kazuya's power stems from his avarice while Jin's derives from warmth. Claudio urges Jin to flee. You cannot win yet. Jin and Xiaoyu escape via Lily's private jet. Reina confronts true devil Kazuya, revealing her Mishima bloodline. Kazuya critically wounds her, unknowingly activating her latent devil gene. Claudio prepares a secret stratagem to stall Kazuya Yggdrasil, led by Lars. And unravel unit, led by Victor Chevalier, storm the arena to capture Kazuya. Simultaneously, Xiaoyu, Claudio and Zafina infiltrate the lower levels. Kazuya smirks, revealing the tournament was a trap to lure Zafina. He transforms into devil form and ambushes the group, pinning Zafina against a pillar. Lily expresses her excitement for the event, while Asuka is clearly annoyed and wishes she wasn't there, disliking being dragged into Kazuya's circus and the family drama. Hwoarang then arrives, greeting them both. He reveals he's there specifically to fight Jin, confirming his long-standing rivalry. Lily finds this rivalry amusing, while Asuka is exasperated by Hwoarang's presence. The scene ends with Hwoarang eagerly anticipating the start of the fight, as the announcer begins to introduce the first round. Before the individual matches begin, there's a build-up of anticipation. The commentators hype up the upcoming fights, and various fighters are shown preparing backstage or in the arena. This is where we see Steve Fox and King, among others like Paul Phoenix, Kuma, Shaheen, Sergei Dragunov, Yoshimitsu, Brian Fury, Lily, Azucena, and Leroy Smith. Each character has their own brief moment, showcasing their readiness for battle, though no direct interactions or conflicts are shown between them before their respective matches. The focus is on the scale of the tournament and the formidable roster of fighters Kazuya has gathered.
The middleweight boxing champion of the world, the genius of the ring, descends to the Coliseum. Stage 5! Let's go. A tenacious will and a body of iron. This powerful pro wrestler takes his opponent's attacks and returns them with interest.
Choose your fighter. Steve Fox, King.
That wall of muscle can't stop me. Get ready. Come on. Fight! Failed to take a punch from a boxing champion. It's over.
Second match of the first round.
The self-proclaimed best fighter in the universe, his Phoenix Smasher, crushes everything in his way. Phoenix! This carnivorous beast invaded the Southeast Asia, Oceania qualifiers, and clawed its way to victory!
Choose your fighter. Paul Kuma.
Get ready. Fight!
Of the first round. The fighters who made it through the qualifier blocks will move on to round two.
His chameleon-like style of martial arts turns his enemies into dust. Shahi! He captures his prey with cool-headed combat sambo techniques and squeezes the life from it. Saga Dragunov!
Choose your fighter. Shahi Sergey Dragunov. Shahi.
Get ready. Fight! Ki!
That's half of the first round finished. These have all been incredible bouts. This tournament will be one for the history books. Now, before the excitement dies down, let's head right into the second half of round one. Round one, match 4. The winner here will move on to round 2.
Is a sword against the rules? Obviously. But ninjas don't abide by the rules. Yoshimitsu! He runs wild and leaves destruction in his wake. A man synonymous with violence. Brian Fury!
Choose your fighter. Yoshimitsu. Why Yoshimitsu?
Get ready. Her hometown is kept secret at her request. But everyone knows who she is. She hails from the Ortiz farm, known for its Peruvian coffee. Who knows what this rising star of MMA will accomplish? Azucena M. Ortiz!
Choose your fighter. Lily.
El café es la bebida número 1 en el mundo. Je te prouverai que le thé est supérieur.
Get ready.
Sea el café.
Commencez les préparatifs. Next is the sixth match, the final bout of round one.
The man who once held the world in his hands as the head of the Mishima Zaibatsu, but later fell from grace. The man who lost control of the Zaibatsu. Jin Kazama! Marvel at his skillful techniques. The Grand Master of Wing Chun from the wasteland of New York. Leroy Smith!
I knew I'd meet you someday. I wanted to thank you for standing up to Kazuya Mishima in New York.
俺には力が足りなかった。そして今はあの時よりも
Without heart, strength means nothing. Show it to me. Show me your heart.
Get ready.
力が必要なんだ。あいつに勝たなければならない。覚悟はいい。
You've lost the power you once had. Am I right? Your fist told me about how you fear your own power. I'm not sure how you use meditation is a privilege of the young. Your heart leads you down the right path. You've lost the power you once had. Am I right? Your fist told me about how you fear your own power. Fists are a mirror reflecting your heart. You can't follow the path ahead of you. Fear in your heart.
Leroy, you hesitated. You have the power, but your heart is not yet ready to accept it. You must believe in yourself. You must believe in the path your heart has chosen. Jin Kazama stands over a defeated Leroy Smith. Leroy, while on the ground, still looks at Jin with a calm, knowing expression. The crowd is roaring in the background, but their voices are muffled as the scene focuses on the two fighters. Leroy. A colossal image of Kazuya Mishima in his devil form is projected onto a massive screen above the Colosseum. His voice booms with an otherworldly, menacing echo. Kazuya, well done, my son. It appears you've passed the first of my little tests. The devil Jin's power, I can feel it stirring inside you. Jin's head snaps up, his eyes wide with rage, looking directly at the screen. Leroy watches from the ground, his expression now serious and concerned. Kazuya, you can't run from who you are, Jin. That power, it is our family's birthright. The more you fight it, the more it will consume you. Embrace it. Let it turn your fear into strength, just as I have. The chapter opens in Rome, where Lars Alexanderson, leader of the Yggdrasil rebel army, meets with Victor Chevalier, the head of the UN Independent Forces and founder of the Raven Unit. Their conversation establishes an alliance. Victor agrees to support Yggdrasil in their objective to capture Kazuya Mishima. This signifies a broadening of the forces against G Corporation. The atmosphere is serious and determined as they discuss their strategy to infiltrate the ongoing King of Iron Fist tournament, which Kazuya is using for his own nefarious purposes. There's a strong sense of urgency as Kazuya's plans are advancing rapidly. While Lars and Victor are forming their alliance, Claudio Serafino, Zafina, and Ling Xiaoyu are seen independently making their way through the massive crowds and security
of the tournament's main venue, the Rome Colosseum. Zafina reveals critical information to Claudio. The reason Jin started the Third World War was to lure and destroy the demonic creature Azazel. However, Azazel's soul was not fully destroyed and is now sealed within Zafina's left arm. She explains that Kazuya's growing ambition and the chaos he's causing are empowering Azazel's dormant soul. Their objective is to find and warn Jin, as he is key to stopping Azazel's full resurrection and Kazuya's ultimate plan. They are operating separately, but with a shared goal of stopping Kazuya and the reawakening of Azazel.
The heroes are making their final stand, but not against true Devil Jin. Instead, they are fighting against Kazuya's overwhelming G Corporation forces to clear a path for Jin. As they hold the line, Lars, Victor and Lee all urge Jin to continue forward, telling him that this is his fight to complete alone. They make it clear they will handle the rest, sacrificing themselves to buy him the time he needs to face his ultimate destiny. With his allies fighting desperately in his wake, Jin presses on to confront his final challenge.
After defeating Reina, True Devil Kazuya stands as an unstoppable force. From a distance, Claudio, with the power of the Syrian, launches a desperate attack to destroy the demon. However, his light-based magic proves completely useless against Kazuya's overwhelming power. With a look of pure contempt, Kazuya effortlessly deflects the attack and, with a single blast of dark energy, knocks Claudio unconscious, proving that conventional power is no match for his true form. Elsewhere, Xiaoyu watches the chaos unfold on a screen, her heart filled with fear that Jin cannot possibly defeat such a monstrous form of Kazuya. Panda tries to comfort her, but Zafina, with a grim expression, confirms that Kazuya's power is indeed beyond all known human and mystical abilities. She then has a sudden realization, stating that to defeat the ultimate devil, another devil is needed, one with a pure heart. She concludes that Jin must fully embrace his own devil power and become the ultimate hero to save the world. After receiving a report from Nina confirming that the other fighters have been defeated or contained, Kazuya is consumed by a sinister satisfaction. He stands alone, filled with arrogance and contempt for his son's allies. With a chilling, twisted grin, Kazuya declares that he will no longer allow others to interfere. He proclaims that the final battle is now truly between them, and he will kill Jin with his own hands, once and for all. The other heroes gather. Lars, Alisa, Lee, and others like Leo stand united, having just survived their desperate last stand. Though exhausted, their resolve is stronger than ever. They discuss their next move, planning to use their skills to support Jin in any way they can. The conversation is filled with a grim determination, showing their unbreakable bond and their shared commitment to ensuring Jin succeeds in his final mission against Kazuya.
He confides in Xiaoyu, revealing the true depth of his inner turmoil.
He explains that his burden is not just about confronting Kazuya, but also about the trauma of his past. Jin, heartbreakingly, recounts how the mythical beast ogre was the one who took his mother from him, a memory that fuels his desire for justice. This revelation gives context to his emotional distance and his unbreakable resolve, showing that his fight is deeply personal and driven by a promise to his lost mother. This moment highlights the profound connection between Jin and Xiaoyu, setting the stage for their emotional final conversation. Before beginning his final internal training, Jin and Xiaoyu find a quiet moment alone. Xiaoyu expresses her deepest fears and worries for him, begging him to return safely.
Fight! こうして拳を交えるのが久しぶりだね。技のキレが間違いない。やるな、シャオユ。俺も負けてはいられないな。
まだまだ。
ファイト。
After a focused training session, Jin and Jiaoyu find a moment of peace. However, Jin's calm is broken when he sees or is reminded of the place where Ogre took his mother Jun from him. Visibly shaken and filled with grief, Jin is overcome with emotion. Seeing his pain, Jiaoyu rushes to his side, offering him comfort and support. In this vulnerable moment, Jin looks at her and finally makes a heartfelt promise. A vow that no matter the outcome of the fight, he will come back to her. This promise solidifies his resolve, as he knows his strength now comes not from hatred, but from his love for those he wants to protect.
The heroes aboard their transport, finalizing their strategy. Lars and Lee take command, outlining a desperate plan. With Jin now gone to face Kazuya alone, the rest of the team, including Alisa and Leo, must act as a diversion. They plan to launch a full-scale assault on Kazuya's forces, drawing attention away from Jin and providing him with the crucial time he needs. The atmosphere is tense but resolute, as they all understand that their actions are the only hope Jin has of surviving the final fight. Back at the temporary hideout, Xiaoyu watches over a seemingly unconscious Jin. Suddenly, the silence is shattered as Kazuya's forces storm the area, intent on killing Jin while he is vulnerable. Xiaoyu bravely puts herself between Jin and the soldiers. In the midst of the chaos, a voice echoes in her mind. It is Safina, who tells her that Jin's spirit is in a great struggle and that she is the only one who can protect his body while he fights his inner demons. Empowered by Safina's words and her love for Jin, Xiaoyu fights back with all her might, determined to hold the line against the overwhelming force.
Fight!
もう怒ったよ。はっ！全力で決める！約束したんだから今だ！こんな！
While Xiaoyu fights to protect him in the physical world, Jin is trapped in his own subconscious. He finds himself in a desolate, sun-scorched desert, a manifestation of the barren state of his soul. In this dreamlike state, he is not alone. He is confronted by the raw, demonic power of his devil Jin, which attempts to consume him entirely. This internal battle is the true challenge that he must overcome before he can face Kazuya, a fight against his own darkness,
that will decide not only his fate, but the fate of the entire world.
Ina Williams and her G Corporation army standing guard. Suddenly, Lars Alexanderson makes a dramatic entrance on his motorcycle, bringing it to a halt. He surveys the vast assembly of fighters, acknowledging that everyone is here. It's a powerful reminder of the previous chapter's desperate plea, as a diverse alliance has arrived to back Jin against Kazuya. This formidable group includes Leroy Smith, Paul Phoenix, Warang, Panda, Shaheen, Steve Fox, and King. Victor Chevalier also arrives with his own elite forces, immediately engaging Lars in a brief strategic conversation to coordinate their combined assault against Kazuya's overwhelming forces. With the battle plan set, Lars takes the lead. He charges forward on his motorcycle. A blur of speed and power, directly engaging Kazuya's initial wave of soldiers. After a swift and decisive victory in his personal skirmish, Lars sends his own specialized forces deeper into the enemy lines. The battlefield quickly becomes a chaotic maelstrom of combat, signaling the full-scale commencement of the hero's diversionary attack.
Fight!
クター提督の懐刀か。そちらは任せたよ。
Of course.
What the hell? Is that a ninja in their ranks?
A ninja? You gotta be kidding me!
Results of my training and abandon all hope. Mission's going well. How about on your end?
Battle in our favor. We're suppressing the enemy. Excellent! 国連軍もなかなかやるじゃないか。頼もしい限りだ。
You've been through worse than this countless times.
敵の増援です。
Ici Victor. Fais attention, Reven. Des renforts ennemis arrivent sur toi. Bien. Je ne me fais pas trop de soucis pour ta position.
all the talk about
He makes it sound like it's no big deal.
never pay you.
You will pay me! Money is justice.
I don't have it.
Keep your promise.
I'll show you. Most strongest in the universe.
The relentless fighting continues across the battlefield. Paul Phoenix engages martial law in a classic rivalry bout, while Kuma also makes his presence known, joining the fight. Meanwhile, Steve Fox, King, and Shaheen work together, effectively distracting and overcoming their designated opponents. After their success, Victor Chevalier faces off against the formidable Sergei Dragunov in a brutal, strategic encounter. Victor ultimately triumphs and immediately contacts Lars to update him on their successful progress and the current situation on their front.
Watch out for artillery fire! Fire!
Hey, watch it! Those G-Corps guys. Who brings a tank to a fight?
Ça prouve à quel point la menace est sérieuse.
هذا يثبت أنهم يعتبرون جين كازاما تهديدا. لهذا السبب علينا حمايته.
Oui. Je vous laisse vous en occuper.
Are you talking about those red ones?
النهاية نفسها الهزيمة.
Fight!
こちらアリサ。強力な近接攻撃をしてくる敵がいるようです。警戒を。赤いジャンク7は出力が強化されているようです。注意してください。
They just keep coming no matter how many we take down.
Just our luck. They're all elite. This isn't gonna be easy. King. Yeah, that's right. We got the one and only king on our side. Yeah! We're not going down without a fight!
outnumber and outgun them.
I'm too fast to get caught by a bullet. Finish! Eat this! Finish! Eat this! Finish! Eat this! Finish! Eat this! Finish!
Multiple enemies spotted. Don't let them surround you.
Where the hell did it come from? Someone take the sniper down ASAP!
There are more of them than I thought. That doesn't change my plans. They're all going down.
Cela faisait longtemps. Ange blanc de la mort.
Fight!
Amidst the ongoing chaos, Elisa Boskonovich contacts Lars with an urgent and alarming message. Shayu's alone and vulnerable, desperately protecting Jin against Kazuya's relentless army. Recognizing the critical danger to Jin, Lars makes a swift and difficult decision. He immediately leaves the main battle, entrusting command of their forces to Lee and Elisa, and races off to Shayu's aid, his priority now solely on protecting Jin.
piece of Wing Chun! Like steel.
Elsewhere on the battlefield, Fang Wei engages Leroy Smith in a powerful showdown. But Leroy's Wing Chun mastery proves superior, securing him the win. Meanwhile, a tense confrontation unfolds between Nina Williams and Reina. Reina attempts to persuade Nina to abandon Kazuya and work for her, hinting at a shared, deeper purpose. Nina, ever loyal to Kazuya, refuses, leading to a fierce and personal battle between the two.
More about yourself.
Fight!
Reina ultimately emerges victorious, showcasing her formidable and mysterious power. The battle culminates in a desperate struggle as the Jack 8 unit attacks Alisa.
Fight!
Just as she is about to be overwhelmed, Asuka Kazama and Lily Rochefort arrive, providing crucial assistance in turning the tide in Elisa's favor. However, their brief moment of relief is shattered. True Devil Kazuya makes a terrifying appearance. His immense power unleashes a devastating shockwave, destroying everything in his path and reshaping the landscape. Reina, undeterred, steps forward, defiantly challenging the monstrous Kazuya to try and kill her. As Kazuya prepares to strike, he suddenly has a clear vision, pinpointing Jin's exact location. With a single-minded focus, True Devil Kazuya abandons the current battle and flies off, determined to finally confront and eliminate Jin.
Sayu fighting a desperate, last-ditch battle alone, surrounded by Kazuya's relentless soldiers. Just as she is about to be overwhelmed, Lash arrives heroically on his motorcycle, a beacon of hope in the chaos. He immediately joins the fight, his presence and power turning the tide. Together they fight side by side, a brief moment of unity and relief against the seemingly endless onslaught of G Corporation's forces. The relief is short-lived as True Devil Kazuya descends upon the battlefield. His overwhelming power is so immense that it stops all fighting. Recognizing the impossible odds, Lash makes a selfless and heroic decision. He tells Sayu to protect Jin no matter what, and then charges directly at Kazuya.
Fight!
確かに貴様に比べれば俺たちは弱いかもしれん。しかし手を携え支え合い未来を作ることができる。
ファイト。この身が果てようとも決して諦めはしない。
Lars knows he cannot win, but his only goal is to buy Jin more time, even if it costs him his life. Lars's attack is ultimately futile against true Devil Kazuya's power, and he is easily defeated and thrown to the ground. As Kazuya prepares to finish him, Lars, with a final burst of defiant will, slowly rises to his feet. Standing bruised and battered, he takes on a familiar fighting stance, mirroring the stubborn, unbreakable spirit of his father, Heihachi Mishima. Kazuya, momentarily stunned, has a brief vision of his father in Lars's place, realizing with a jolt that Heihachi's indomitable will lives on in his other son. While his allies fight and sacrifice themselves in the physical world, Jin remains trapped in his subconscious state. He lies there, unconscious, his face etched with the torment of his internal battle against his own devil Jin. The chapter ends with this powerful image, leaving the audience to wonder if Jin will be able to overcome his inner demons and awaken in time to face Kazuya and save the world. Jin's journey into his subconscious begins with a haunting vision. He sees the body of his mother, Jun, lying motionless in the water, a manifestation of his deepest pain and regret. Suddenly, the monstrous form of Devil Jin appears before him, mocking him. He taunts Jin, reminding him that he refused the Devil Jin's help when he was at his lowest, when he was drowning in his grief and weakness. Now, Devil Jin asserts Jin has no choice but to seek this power. Jin, in a desperate attempt to assert his will, fights his demonic alter ego. He wins the initial battle, but the victory is hollow. Devil Jin, undefeated in spirit, rises again and warns him that he is an inescapable part of him. He is the manifestation of all Jin's sins and anger, and he will always be there, a dark shadow following him wherever he goes. Jin understands that defeating the devil physically is not enough. He must confront the deep-seated anger that fuels him.
The scene shifts to a desolate desert, a representation of Jin's barren soul. Here, the struggle is no longer a physical one. Jin is shackled by chains, symbolizing his bond to the devil Jin and his past sins. He faces the devil Jin one last time, not to fight, but to break free. With a powerful roar, Jin uses his newfound will to shatter the chains, finally rejecting the darkness that has defined him for so long.
Fight! この俺もお前の中にある力を生まれた時から常に共にある諦めはしない俺はお前の救いお前は俺自身だ
In the final climactic vision, Jin sees himself drowning in the water once more. But this time, it is not the devil who offers help. Instead, it is Jin himself who extends a hand, not to fight, but to save his former drowning self. He has finally accepted his own power, not as a curse, but as a part of him. With this ultimate act of self-acceptance, Jin is reborn. He awakens, no longer the vengeful devil Jin, but a being of pure light and hope, the Angel Jin.
Lars still valiantly fighting True Devil Kazuya, having just been defeated but refusing to give up. The battle is suddenly interrupted as a brilliant light descends from the sky. It is Angel Jin. He effortlessly intervenes, his newfound power overwhelming Kazuya. Angel Jin then gently lifts the injured Lars and the terrified Zhao Yu, flying them to a safe distance away from the fight. After setting them down, Angel Jin has a brief but poignant conversation with Zhao Yu. He reassures her, his words fill with a newfound calm and clarity. The conversation solidifies his resolve and her belief in him. With his purpose clear, Angel Jin soars into the sky, ready to face his father. The epic final battle begins, a celestial clash of light and darkness between Angel Jin and True Devil Kazuya.
Fight!
Angel Jin, with his pure power, is initially triumphant, defeating True Devil Kazuya and forcing him to flee. But Kazuya, in a desperate act of rage, begins to destroy the entire island
from space. Jin, now far above the earth, tries to stop him. Realizes it doesn't have enough power. In a moment of desperation, he calls out to his mother, Jun. In a powerful vision, his mother appears, embracing him and giving him the final piece of power he needs to truly stop Kazuya. With his mother's love and strength, Jin transforms completely, becoming the true Angel Jin. Now with enough power to rival his father, he easily stops Kazuya from destroying the island, and their battle leaves Earth's atmosphere, culminating in a spectacular, cosmos-spanning confrontation for the fate of the world.
The epic conclusion of the battle. True Angel Jin and true Devil Kazuya ascend into the galaxy, their fight transcending the planet itself. Before the final blow, they have one last conversation. A final exchange of ideologies. Kazuya's belief in a world of total power versus Jin's hope for a world free of destruction.
Fight!
Fight!
忌まわしき力よ解散がいい宇宙の地位にしてやろう
The final confrontation is a spectacular display of cosmic energy, a clash of light and darkness so immense it shakes the heavens.
Fight!
見せてやる 信じてくれた人だった貴様を倒し 貴様は何も叶えられん
Ultimately, Jin's pure will and newfound angelic power prove superior. However, the sheer scale of the fight is so devastating. That it drains both of their ultimate powers. Stripped of their true forms, they become human once more and fall from the galaxy back towards Earth, a father and son returning to the world they almost destroyed.
After their cosmic battle, Chapter 15 opens with Jin and Kazuya falling back to Earth, stripped of their true forms and fighting as mere humans. Kazuya, with his raw strength and ruthless style, initially overpowers Jin, beating him down repeatedly. Despite the brutal assault,
Mishima 流は捨てたはずでは。俺はもう三島流を使うことをためらいはしない。ファイト。勝てると思うな。 止める。
Jin refuses to stay down, fueled by an unbreakable will. As he struggles to his feet for one last stand, Jin has a powerful vision of all the people he loves and who sacrificed for him. His mother, Xiaoyu, Lars, Leo and the others.
This vision transforms his anger into a righteous resolve. With this new strength, Jin launches a final, powerful counterattack, decisively defeating Kazuya. The darkness of their fight gives way to daylight and peace returns to the world. We see Jin and Xiaoyu together, a moment of triumph and hope. However, the story ends on a cliffhanger as Kazuya's unconscious body is taken by a mysterious figure, a final hint that the war is not truly over and the saga will continue.